Today's very interesting news about Paul Scholes gives brutal 8-word verdict for Amorim'S tactics, while praise for Alejandro Garnacho, the mastermind behind Manchester United's comeback against Leicester City. And Anthony sets record at Real Betis in just 2 games. For more information, check out the video. We also have some equally interesting football news. But before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate notifications so you don't miss the latest updates on football news and football matches. Paul Scholes gives brutal 8-word verdict to Amorim'S tactics. Manchester United legend Paul Scholes launched a harsh critique of the tactics implemented by Ruben Amorim, Manchester United's coach, when his team won dramatically against Leicester City in the FA Cup quarter-finals. The match that took place at Old Trafford was won by the hosts with a score of 2-1, where United's winning goal was scored in the final minutes. Scholes, who is known to be outspoken in his comments, did not hesitate to launch a brutal verdict consisting of 8 words at Amorim. "His tactics make the players look like robots," said Scholes. Scholes' harsh comments were not without reason. He considered that Amorim focused too much on tactics, causing his players to lose their creativity and freedom on the field. Scholes added, "Football should be enjoyed, not just carried out according to instructions." Scholes also highlighted the lack of variation in Amorim'S tactics. According to him, Manchester United were too predictable by Leicester City. "They only rely on counterattacks, but that's not enough to beat a team like Leicester City," said Scholes. Scholes' criticism is certainly not without basis. Leicester City did not appear to be biting in the match. They were only able to score 1 goal, and that was through a counterattack. The rest of the time, they defended more and occasionally tried to counterattack. However, Scholes' criticism also sparked controversy. Not a few people considered that Scholes was too harsh in his assessment. They thought that Amorim was a young coach who still needed a lot of experience. Regardless of the controversy, Scholes' criticism could be material for evaluation for Amorim. He must dare to get out of his comfort zone and try new, more varied tactics. That way. I don't understand why Amorim always applies the same tactics. His tactics make the players look like robots. Football should be enjoyed, not just carried out according to instructions. They only rely on counterattacks, but that's not enough to beat a team like Leicester City. Praise for Alejandro Garnacho, the brain behind MU's comeback against Leicester City. Harry Maguire gave great praise to Alejandro Garnacho. He considered the winger to be a real difference maker when his team faced Leicester City. In this match, MU experienced difficulties in the first half, where they were 1-0 behind the visitors. Seeing his team struggling in the first half, Ruben Amorim made a substitution at halftime. Alejandro Garnacho came on to replace Patrick Dorgu. Since entering the field, Garnacho has been a real threat to the Foxes on the left side. He has made the Foxes' defense overwhelmed several times with his movement and speed. In his interview on MUTV after the match, Maguire gave Garnacho the highest praise. He considered the winger to be a real difference maker for his team so that they could win the match. "Yes, Garnacho, made a big impact today. He always does this when he comes off the bench, and he deserves credit for that," said Maguire. Furthermore, Maguire considered that Garnacho was not the only one who made a difference for MU in this match. He said that MU's substitute players in this match succeeded in making a difference for the Red Devils. Garnacho, was always ready and also always focused. Since halftime, we knew that he would bring more speed and also a threat to the opponent's goal, continued Maguire. But we also can't forget Josh Zirkzee, who came on as a substitute in this match. He also had a big impact on us, he concluded. After winning over Leicester City, Manchester United will only compete next week. The Red Devils are scheduled to face Tottenham in the continuation of the 2024/2025 EPL. Antony sets record at Real Betis in just 2 games. Antony was immediately impressed at Real Betis. The Brazilian winger has shown extraordinary performance since joining the La Liga club. He joined Betis in January on loan from Manchester United. His decision to move temporarily proved to be the right one. In his first 2 games, he has already won 2 La Liga MVP awards. This is an achievement he has never achieved at Manchester United. Antony seems more comfortable playing in Spain. Most recently, Antony managed to score his debut goal in the match against Celta Vigo. In the match against Celta Vigo, which ended in a 2-3 defeat, Antony scored his first goal for Betis. Although his team lost, he was still chosen as the best player in the match. Antony has now won the MVP award in 2 consecutive matches. This surpasses his achievements during his 2.5 years at Manchester United. During his time with Manchester United, Antony only won the Best Player of the Match award in the Premier League once. That moment came against Nottingham Forest in April 2023. His first goal for Betis also meant that Antony has reached 20% of his Premier League goals for Manchester United. Previously, he had only scored 5 goals in 62 league games in England. Despite his impressive performances in Spain, Antony remains on loan. His contract at Betis does not have a permanent purchase option, so he is scheduled to return to United in the summer. However, Antony has hinted at being open to staying at Betis. A permanent move would depend on how much loss Manchester United are prepared to bear. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this Soccer Sphere channel. Thank you, and see you again.